Welcome to Crafternoons at Home. Today we're going to be making a clay pot garden gnome. So the first thing we're going to do is we have 3 different size clay pots. This one's 6 inches, 4 inches, and 2 inches. So I'm going to use a pencil and I'm going to make an outline for the beard of our gnome. You can just freehand this however you think you want it to be, and it doesn't have to be perfect because you'll paint over this line. Okay, so I just made a little trace of where I'm gonna paint my beard. So the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna paint the blue for his shirt, and then I'm gonna let that dry, and then I'll do the white for his beard. Okay, and you can do whatever color you want for his shirt and his hat. I have a blue and an orange, and then I have white for his beard and black for his shoes. So I'm gonna start painting his shirt, and I'm gonna go around the line for the beard. Okay, so after you get the color of the shirt painted all around, you're going to want to let this dry, and then I'm going to work on the hat, which is going to be the 2 smaller pots. So the first thing I'm going to do is glue them together, so it'll just make it easier to paint them. So you're just going to put a little bit of hot glue around the rim of this one. Okay, and then go ahead and put it down and give it a minute to harden. Okay, so then the next thing you're going to want to do is paint your hat, whatever color you chose for that. I'm going to do orange. And depending on what paint you're using, the colors you're using, you might want to do 2 coats, let them dry between each coats. I might do a second coat with the blue, but this orange is so close in color to the pot that I'll probably just do 1 coat for the hat. Okay, and once you get your hat finished, we're going to let that dry and go back to the body of the gnome. And my blue feels mostly dry, so we'll go ahead and now paint on the beard. And I'm going to kind of go over into the blue a little bit to make it seem, I guess, a little more realistic for the beard. Which I think the sponge brush for this is really good. Hopefully this covers a little bit of blue spot I got on here. So this is how his beard looks. And next I'm gonna add 2 little feet with the black paint right here. I'm just kind of doing a U shape, like that. You can make them as big or as little as you want. You can sketch them out first too if you want to. Okay, so then I got my feet on. Now the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna see if our head is dry. It seems like it's dry enough. So we are going to put our hat on. And so this one, we glued this part on top, but this part should sit right on it, like this. We can do a little bit of glue around here to make sure it's snug and doesn't fall off. So I'll add a little bit of glue. Okay. Make sure which side I want to be the front. That is going to set on just like that. So it's his hat. So the last thing for us to do is to glue his nose on. If you don't have, I just have a little wooden bead that I'm going to use to glue on for his nose. If you don't have anything like that, you can always paint his nose on. Turn this to make sure I center it. And we'll use the glue gun again for this. Really a bead, a little wooden knob, paint, anything will work for the nose. Might take a minute or two the glue to dry for this to make sure it stays on. So this is what he'll look like when he's all finished. You can add a belt if you want to for more detail or anything else. You can touch up the paint once you have them all put together, and then you'll have your very own clay pot gnome for your garden. Thanks for joining us for this newest Crafternoon at home, and we'll see you next time.